Good morning, welcome back to the channel. It is a lovely morning here in Dungarvan. I've not been out to photograph any wildlife for quite some time, so here we are. I don't know if any of you have experienced this if you're living in Ireland, maybe it's the same elsewhere, but horseflies, some people call them blind doctors over here, but horseflies have been rampant this year. And between that and the ticks, it has kind of put me off going up the hills. And to be honest, this time of year, I don't really tend to see too much when I'm going up the hills. So that is why there's not been a whole lot of wildlife on my channel. So today, to shake it up a bit, I've come into town, and I had an idea the other day. Hopefully, I'll be able to achieve it. I haven't photographed a black-headed gull, extremely common bird. Their plumage changes, so in the summer they actually have a black head. In the winter, they have like a white head with a black dot or something like that. Basically, if you saw a black-headed gull in the winter, you'd say, why is that a black-headed gull? Today, I'm gonna try and get a shot of one. There's one over there, so I'm gonna set up, get a bit of footage, and we'll go and try and make a decent shot. And I've already made a beautiful observation. Swifts are filling the skies, tearing around. Beautiful to see, and they're even making a few calls as well. So I do not have a single shot of a swift. I don't have any footage. So that's what we're going to do. We'll get some footage of them flying around. Beautiful birds. For those of you that don't know what a swift is, it is similar to a swallow or a martin, like you get house martins or sand martins. These guys are a bit bigger, they're darker. How can I describe this? They're really curved. You're going to see, I'll get some footage, but yeah, stunning to see. Now, I've noticed, I don't see them out in the countryside where we are, but in town I see them a lot more. I imagine it's to do with there being more houses and buildings for them to reside in. So let's get set up and get some footage of them as well. What a beautiful morning it is. It is the 19th of July. Fantastic. This is the wide view of what we can see. This is the quay in Dungarvan. What a spot. So nothing crazy happening. It's just dead pleasant, you know, very nice. So we have had some black-headed gulls here. Now, no images yet because there's just no need. But some interesting behaviours. The sky was full of swifts. They're flying around over here. They're actually still up there. I got some footage of them. Oh no, heron. I got footage of them going between the rooftops. It's a heron flying in. I'd love to get some audio of a heron. That'd be amazing. He's landed on a boat. One second, I've got to record this. Well, not only did the heron go on the boat, it's actually gone in the boat. So I'll show you this video now so you can see the boat in question. The heron is in the Odyssey. That's quite cool. When do you see a heron in a boat? So I'm gonna wait and try and get a shot. For those from Ireland, you might have seen the Vodafone advert with the walrus on a boat. perhaps we're about to see something like that. Maybe this is 3's advert, I don't know. But anyway, I'm going to keep an eye on this because I'd like to get footage of a heron in a boat. If he goes on the side of it, I'd like to get a shot. So here we are. And then we're going to move on. We'll go around to the church then. I've seen sandwich terns there before, so we're going to pop around for a little look after this. There's big decisions to be made. We have the heron's not really moving, so I'm going to leave him off. I'm going to walk away from that. However, the swifts are just bombing around over near those houses. I'm going, do I go around to where there might be sandwich terns? Or do I go where there's definitely swifts? Now, the only issue is, you might be able to hear in the background. It's likely that you won't be able. It's Sunday morning, so the clean-up crew is over in Abbeyside. Obviously, everyone was out last night having a good time, and because that's cleaning up, I can't get very good audio of these swifts, unfortunately. That doesn't mean I can't get some footage and possibly some shots, and they're flying near to these houses, so I can go stand on the footpath there, and you never know, because I don't have a good image, we might get one. So that is fantastic. I had to put the tripod away because I'm getting distracted. I got a better view of the heron from here. I was videoing that. I've just walked over to where the swifts were, and I think 4 of them just came down here, really close, extremely fast. They're going to be very hard to photograph, but I am up for the challenge because they're stunning. Beautiful birds. So they must be residing in one of these houses. I know some houses have what's called I think it's a swift block or something like that. You basically see, they're like blocks with holes in them, and the swifts they'll nest in them. I don't know if it's exclusive to swifts. I don't know if house martins or anything like that use them. Not fully sure on that, but there could be something like that around the other side of the house, or there could just be a suitable area that they're going to. Either way, the swifts are in this part. So I'm going to travel light now. The microphone is off the camera because it adds a little bit of weight and it gets in your way. So this way I can easily move. So yeah, settings wise, I'm going to go at least 1/3200th of a second, because to freeze birds in flight, that's what you'll need. It's extremely bright, so my ISO is low. I'm at 250, I'm probably going to turn that up to about 800, and then we're at f8, and I'll likely put that shutter speed maybe to 1/5000th of a second, because these birds are going to be quick. And have a little mess around, stick you guys in a time lapse. Let's see if we can get a good shot. Spent about half an hour trying to get the swifts there. I got a few shots when I first went there. There's a few good groups of them flying around, so I took a few. My ISO was far too low. I had it at 250, I forgot. I should have adjusted it. On the camera, you can set it so it helps you to view what you're looking at. It's not the actual settings you're using. So it's kind of more like a DSLR, but it doesn't really help you. Basically, on a DSLR, if you use one, you have a light meter, and with mirrorless cameras, as you update your settings, let's turn this bit, as you update your settings, you can see the effects of those settings. So I had the wrong viewfinder set up, and because of that, much too dark at the start, so those shots might not be salvageable. But I've changed the viewfinder now so I can see the effects of my settings. The exposure is better, so hopefully a few of those will be decent. Yeah, the kind of, I don't know if it's the heat, but it seems to be higher up now. So yeah, we'll go down to the sandwich turn bit and see if we have any joy there. Hey, we're in luck. Yeah, there we go. I see some rapidly beating wings. I've just seen a good little school of fish as well. I think we have our first sandwich turn. So we'll whip the old tripod out, get a little bit of footage. It's getting hot now though, extremely hot. I'm not wearing the right attire for this. Also, being a man of less hair, you have to wear a hat when you're out in the sun. And this hat is a little bit small. My girlfriend recently got me one that's a bit wider. Not quite a sombrero, but a bit wider than this one. I didn't bring it. That was my first mistake of the day. Anyway, we'll get us set and brave this heat. So this is where we've ended up. We were down there at the quay. We've come up here. So this is Dungarvan Bay. Just looking over here. The Conigers over there. So in previous videos we have been over to this bit. And yeah, our sandwich turns are mainly out here. One flew in, flew back out. So I'd like to get some footage of them diving, so I'm going to keep an eye on this direction. Getting a little bit blinded by the sun, but it's all right. I'll just sit for a bit and see how we get on. Recording audio as I take my video with the Sennheiser MK600. That's plugged directly to the camera. Then I have the Clippy M272s with my audio recorder in my bag over here. I was using those a bit earlier. Now we are near a town, so there's going to be a lot of sounds of traffic and all that sort of stuff. But to be honest, I'm kind of embracing it. I mean, look, I know in nature videos it's always just nature sounds, but the reality of our world is there's vehicles and humans. So that is what it is. So I'm not going to worry too much about that in this video. Just once there's some good bird sounds and stuff in the recordings, that's the main thing. So yeah, that is our setup. So now we just have to wait for these turns. The sandwich terns have been around, but I haven't been able to get them diving or doing anything interesting. So currently watching some swallows, got a few shots of them. Try to get a few more in a second. Got the audio recorder going over to the left. There's a few guys fishing, so getting some nice recordings of that. Did catch one big fish, so we'll see how that sounds. Yeah, someone with the drone came over. Oh god, listen to that thing buzzing. It's not ideal. I don't own a drone yet. Never say never, but not the nicest to listen to. But anyway, yeah, freehand shooting now. Giving up with video because it's just getting too bright. But I'm going to try and get some shots of the swallows when they're near the water. So that's it. Try a few shots and then I'm going to McDonald's for a flat white and possibly a double cheeseburger. We shall see. Well, sandwich terns were not meant to be. Saw them distantly. I was hoping I'd get some cool behaviours and then diving and doing cool things that sandwich terns do, but no, none of that. There's a few guys fishing and one of them, he went right beside my audio recorder. Now, I didn't know at the time, this is something I've noticed, right? The Clippy EM272 microphones, if your cables record on top of each other, the recordings kind of get a little clicking sound to it. So here is that noise, very annoying. So I had to pull the cables apart, space them out, the clicking went away. So I got a few different recordings of them fishing and I managed to get one recording as he was pulling a big fish in, so that was good. While I was there were some swallows that were flying around, so I did get a shot. Now it's nothing amazing, but it does show the difference between the swallows and the swifts. So that's good. To be honest though, overall, I didn't really get any good shots today. Well, I don't think I did. But look, it's fine. I mean, it was interesting. It was good to see a heron in a boat. I haven't seen that before. Just nice to get out. So, yeah, hope you've enjoyed it. That is Dungarvan on a July morning. So yeah, if you enjoyed it, like the video and maybe subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.